One of my more recent videos was how you can get the most powerful weapon in the game and have it unbreakable. Well, no more. This video is going to really give you the most powerful weapon in the game and also make it unbreakable. Turns out we're able to escalate the power of the weapon we have about 3 or 4 times to the power that we made in the last video like this. And it's just insane. It's just mind-blowing that we just keep coming out with new updated information, and the power gap between the last time I did this and the time I'm doing it now is just huge. You guys are going to be able to get a busted weapon that's just never going to break. You're going to be able to one-hit Lionels. Okay, I'm going to showcase this in action when we do it. Similar to some of my recent videos, you're going to want to go to the Sanctum in the Hyrule Castle, the flying part. And behind some rubble in the main room, you're going to find a Royal Guard's Claymore. And that's what one weapon that you want, I guess. That's just a good standard for getting a high damage weapon. But it's worth noting you can use any high damage weapon to do this. The next thing you want to do with your high damage weapon, which is unfused of course, is throw it into the mouths of these guys. Right here, the grey ones in particular, because they're the ones who buff it. Now I just did 4 of them and I happen to have got 41 with attack up plus 9, which is just 1 attack off perfect, so I'm very happy with that. You can find 4 different ones of these to use. One here, which is just southeast of Death Mountain. You got 2 here, which are just north of Goron City, and you'll see them quite obviously. This is near the skulls. This is just past the mouth of the cave. And then there's also one up here near the Lizard Lake, the top one. So there's 4 different locations you can use to do these buffs. Another thing you're going to need this time around, which is very different from my last video, is this armor set in particular. This is the Evil Spirit armor set, which if wearing all 3 pieces gives you a very important bonus, the Bone Weapon Proficiency. You can obtain all 3 parts of this armor by doing all 3 of these mazes you'll find. This one up here in the north Lome. Another one down here just to the east of the Gerudo Desert. You'll find that in the mountains. And the other one is in the most northeastern part of the map, which is in the water. That's the next one. You want to do all 3 so you can get all 3 pieces of this armor. Another thing you're going to need actually is the Molduga Jaw. So you'll be able to find any Molduga Jaw by beating any Molduga in the desert. They do spawn in a whole bunch of places. You'll be able to find some here in Toruma Dunes, for example. And go ahead and knock one out, pick up its jaw if it does drop a jaw, and you're good. Special thanks to Craze Gaming for doing a load of testing on this and getting all the actual figures so we can calculate what kind of damage we really have. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be applying multiple buffs from different sources to this Royal Guard's Claymore to make it ridiculously powerful, and we're going to attach it to this MSG Not Found Master Sword. This is the Master Sword which is indestructible, completely unbreakable from the prologue of the game. We did a special glitch to get this sword. Highly recommend you get your hands on this sword when you do this so you can make an unbreakable version of this weapon. If you do not have this, you will be able to follow the instructions in the video linked in the description so you can try and get your hands on one of these. It's not too bad a glitch, and yes, this all works in version 1.1.1. Okay, so I came back to Inisa's Shrine, which is the shrine you use to get the invincible Master Sword I just showed you. Just happens to be just the one that I'm picking to do all these glitches, but you will be able to go anywhere where there's a straight wall to do this. But first, we're going to do just a little bit of setup so we can properly do the glitch. We're going to go ahead and get out our Molduga Jaw, and we're going to fuse that with our Claymore, or whatever powerful weapon you decided to use. The reason we're using this is because it's a bone, and the armor I have gives me a 1.8 times bonus to the damage of any bone weapon I use. Fantasticals! It's worth noting the 1.8 isn't actually shown in the stats there, the 73 and the attack up plus 9. It's not shown there. So the 1 plus 8 is on top, sorry, the 1.8 is on top of what I already have shown. So next up, we're going to prepare our double damage that we want to transfer to MSG Not Found. Now, the Royal Guard's Claymore has 2 stages of double damage. Its ability, it holds massive destructive power just before it breaks, means that it gets double damage when it's in the red rather than just before it breaks. Every weapon gets double damage just before it breaks, which means literally 1 hit before it breaks. So that means if you're using a Royal Guard's Claymore and it's on its last hit, it's actually getting 4 times damage. That's important. We cannot transfer the 4 times damage to the MSG Not Found, but we can transfer the double damage state that it will be in when it's 1 hit away. So in order to get there, we're going to do just spin to win attacks and slam it into the ground until we get the message where it comes up saying it's badly damaged. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. All right, there it is. Your Molduga hammer is badly damaged. Now, big difference from the previous video. From here, once you get that message to pop up, we still have to do 2 more. 1, 2. Okay, so now the next time I do that, the weapon breaks. I don't want to break it. I want to keep it 1 hit from breaking. But if I didn't do that, we would not have gotten the double damage transferred onto our MSG not found. So I know there was a lot of inconsistencies with people getting this to work in the next part. And that's because we used 3 of the cloned weapons. But actually, we're going to be changing that part right now. Because we're making a sword in particular, we're going to be using not 3 of any weapons. We're actually going to be using 3 long sticks. So there's an enemy right down here, very close to the shrine we're using in Isa's shrine here. And this guy, as you can see, he's holding a long stick. So let's bash him up a little bit. What happened to my sword? Where'd it go? Let's bash him up a little bit and take his long stick. Alright, so we're back at the shrine here with our long stick. Now, if you guys remember how to clone, if not, it's all good. I'm going to show you. We're going to want to make sure we have 3 long sticks total. Alright, so equip the long stick. Drop a hard save in the grass over here. Let's go ahead and drop that save. Alright, go back to our weapons. Drop the long stick. Equip anything else. Hit plus twice very fast. Plus, plus. And then drop that. Go over to your load. And load up the hard save. Just like this. That is going to produce for us a second long stick that we can now add to our inventory. So I'm just going to showcase that to you guys here uncut. Once we load it up. And we do not lose anything, by the way. We just get the extra long stick. The Zora's spear that I still have there, it's still there. And now we have a second one. Now, in order to do this one more time, you're going to want to go a little bit away from where you did the previous hard save. So we're just going to go behind the shrine now. We're going to do the exact same process, dropping new hard save. Don't forget that part. All right. And then we're going to do the drop again. So drop this, equip anything else, plus plus, drop that, and load. And that will produce our 3rd long stick, and we're ready to move on to the next stage, which is going to be way more consistent and work for more people now compared to the previous video. So do watch on. So we're ready to enter the shrine, but what you should have by now with all the setup is the MSG not found, the glowing 1 hit to breaking Molduga hammer or whatever weapon you're using to transfer onto the MSG not found, and 3 long sticks, as you can see I have right here. Let's go ahead into the shrine. And we're ready to rumble. Alright, so inside the shrine, what you're going to want to do is get any decent wall that is just purely straight, right? Any straight wall. So for me, this wall is pretty ideal here. This is a straight wall. It's very good. We're going to use that one. So first things first, folks, we're going to go ahead and equip our MSG not found. And we're going to drop a hard save. Always recommend doing a hard save before you do any of the messy, more difficult parts of any glitch, just so you can load back into it. But now we're ready to go. So standing fairly near the wall that we're going to use, we're going to go into our weapons. We're not going to jump. We're going to go into our weapons and drop the flashing weapon that we want to transfer onto our master sword, okay? The MSG not found. And then we're going to go over to the wall here. We're going to tap down gently on our analog stick so we can turn our U-turn here and face the other direction. We're going to hit ZL. I'm going to straighten our view up as much as we can so we're perpendicular to the wall. I'm going to hit A 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now we're going to hit plus. And we're going to equip the leftmost stick. We're going to drop the other 2. 1, 2. From right to left. And then we're going to finally drop the equipped one as well. We're going to re-equip the MSG not found. We're going to hit plus twice very fast. Plus, plus. And then we're going to drop the MSG not found. And you will see you can't take that out here. That means you know it's worked. But you should also see the 3 sticks behind you having dropped. So let's go ahead and pick up the Molduga hammer. And now it's worked. So now we can see the Master Sword has the 71 attack up plus 9. It's flashing red. It's also 1 hit away from breaking. A lot of people would have had the issue that the Master Sword here wouldn't have gotten anything. It would just be still 30 and normal. That issue is now corrected by using the long sticks. So I just want to clarify that. We've also picked up our normal Molduga hammer, but the sword, the big bonus from this now as well is As you just picked it up, it's going to work, and the attack is going to work very similar to just a normal hammer, but you could change that by removing it and re-equipping it to make the damage from the hammer as fast as a normal sword, and you'll see it's running low on energy. We are now unstoppable, absolute mayhem, guys. We can attack quickly with a double damage 71. It's actually not, it's not even 71. It's actually 146 plus 9 at the moment as it stands. But we're also wearing the correct armor, which gives us another 1.8 times to that damage. We are currently sitting on 262 damage, but we can do better. If you want to mess around with this a little bit more, you are absolutely free to pick up the 3 long sticks. So we're going to test this on all these Lionels in the arena. I'm going to demonstrate this, but we're also going to get that last little boost that I'm talking about, which will bring us to 400 damage, folks, or just under 400 damage for this weapon on a fast attack, which is just chaos, and it's unbreakable. It's just mayhem. So let's get out of here and let's go into that Coliseum. So the last touch to the extra buff that will bring us to just under 400 damage are the Mighty Bananas. And of course, we do have a new dupe option, so you'll be able to duplicate as many bananas as you need to do this, as well as many transportable pots very easily, very quickly. This is going to give you 3-stage attack up for 4 minutes. You can get longer time on that if you try little different recipes or whatever. But if you're just using bananas, it's all good. So what this is actually going to do is add another 1.5 times multiplier to our attack, and that is going to give us exactly 394 damage on the specific weapon that we're using. Now do keep in mind, you can absolutely do a little bit better than I did. The Royal Claymore I used is not the highest damage. You can use Gloom Club, which starts at 50, and then you can also get attack up plus 10, which is the highest. You can bring that to 1 hit from breaking and do this whole thing to get well over just 400, which you can absolutely do, guys. So good luck with that. It'll be well over 400. All right, here we are in the Coliseum. All the Lionels are raring to go. Let's go ahead and pop this meal and we are good. So now we have just under 400 damage. We have a fast attack, 400 damage sword. Let's just see how a Lionel fares against something like that. Come on, buddy. Ah, that was quite a bit. There we go. Flurry rush him. And 5-6 hits, he's done. Absolute maniacal, absolutely destroyed. Oh my god. Next up, we have the next level Lionel. I believe this is a blue one. Let's give him a flurry rush. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 little hits here. 1 flurry rush. He's done. Can't wait to try this on the silver Lionel. This is gonna be pretty nuts. Alright, this is a white one. Let's try him next. Oh, alright. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, come on. Come here. Come here. And he's done. He's done. Next up, this is the silver one, right? I think this is the silver one. So here's the real test, folks. What I'm actually going to do for this guy, I'm going to jump on his back for this one. Let's go ahead and get ready for a back hit here. Just shoot him in the head. That will do it. Let's get on his back and see what he's made of. All right. 4, 5, 6. I've only got 6 hits on him. Oh. All right. I'll finish him off with a flurry. But that did half his damage. That did half his HP. That's nutty. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh. One more. 13 hits on a silver Lionel. Getting sneaky. 13. Oh, wow. Don't worry about the message coming up because it is indestructible. So 13 hits on your regular ass Master Sword here. This is crazy. And by the way, this guy has the stone armor, okay? But I know you probably aren't used to the idea that we can just go ahead and use this sword on it, but it is, in fact, a hammer, right? It is a hammer, so just watch and learn. Let's just get a flurry rush on this guy and see what we can do. There we go. Here goes. 1, 2, 3, 4. There goes his armor. Absolute OP. OP. Ridiculous, man. Absolutely ridiculous. You see how easy that was, guys. And we get all of the gear. So this is beautiful. This is an arrow farming method, folks. You can farm arrows for days. Well, everybody, what do you make of them apples? You now do actually have really the most powerful weapon you can get in the game. It's not the most powerful in terms of the damage you can obtain. However, it is the most powerful in the sense that you have this huge, massive damage of just under 400 with the demonstration I showed you, and you can get over 400, but it's also unbreakable and it's also fast attack all the time. So enjoy that. And we also have a new method for how to make sure this works for everybody as well, using the long sticks. Hopefully that fixes a lot of problems for everybody as well. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you guys around the next video. Till then, bye.